Welcome to Behind the Signs, where I sit down with local business owners to hear their story. So very excited about today's video. Sitting down with Marlon Powell. Marlon is the owner and chef and instructor, depending on which part of his business that you're taking part in. But his business is LovNlight, and so Marlon, obviously you see us with this spread of food. That's part of his business that he's going to talk about. But then also he is a yoga instructor, and locally right here in Martinsburg, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So Marlon, I just want to give you the opportunity to kind of tell a little bit about your story, kind of how you got started, and we'll just jump right into it.
Well, first and foremost, glad to be here. Glad to have. Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir.
So, of course, I grew up in Jamaica. And Jamaican is famous for curry chicken, jerk chicken, oxtail, chicken feet, you name it. It's a meat country.
Yeah.
So I grew up cooking all these Jamaican food ever since I can remember myself. So I came here in America back in 2001. And a few months after that, it was 9/11. I started Martinsburg High School. I was at the time I'm eating meat and all of that. And a couple years after that, I started working at a Jamaican restaurant, cooking even more Jamaican food. A couple years after that, I moved from Martinsburg, moved to New York, stayed there for about 6 years. So while there, that's where a lot of the transformation started in New York. So back in 2010, I would say 2009, I had a fractured tibia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2009, I had a fractured tibia. It left me with rod and screws in my left leg. I was on crutches for about a year and a half, hopping around. But anyway, after that, then 2010, that's, about a year after. I woke up one morning and I was just crying out the story I was telling you about. I was just crying, praying to God, thanking Jesus, all this stuff. And ever since that day, then my life just changed. My body was rejecting me from that day. That's 2010. That's how it all happened. And, I started going to church religiously for about a year, and I felt like, you know what? I feel like there was some divine intervention there because the day before I was eating meat and everything. Then the next day I woke up, everything changed. I can't explain it. So I don't force my lifestyle on other people because cutting off from meat and all this stuff, it's definitely a challenge. For me, I had help. My body was rejecting it. So
Right.
I didn't have to force it onto my body and then try hard not to because my body was like, nope. And so I didn't have the crave for it, just like that. The next day, I didn't have the crave. It's like today I have a crave for it, tomorrow everything changed.
Yeah.
Like that. And so anyway, I keep going with the
So everything now that you cook is vegan, or just the majority, or
everything.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless I'm cooking something else for somebody else
Okay.
other than what I cook. If they ask for like a fish or some jerk chicken, or, you know what I mean? But other than that, this is my daily lifestyle.
Okay.
Yeah, like this. And the vegan starts in New York, and then I moved back to West Virginia because everybody run away from West Virginia, and then they run back to West
Right.
Virginia, because
Right.
there's something about West Virginia.
Yeah.
So when I came back here, then that's when I met yoga at a local gym, and I got into yoga. By that time, I was already doing the vegan cooking, but I didn't have this back when I first started. What you see now and the way it looks, I didn't know what to cook. I did not know. So I can understand why a lot of people would be wanting to go vegan, but they don't know what to eat and how to start. And that's why I create these events where people can come to these events and and learn how to cook. Watch me, and as I teach you how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I also offer mindful shopping. If you don't know what to pick up in the store, I'll come with you
Right.
and help you to pick up whatever you need, but I help you to choose the healthier choice. And this,
So how did you get from okay, my body's rejecting meat. I know that I want to eat vegan. Like you said, you didn't really know what to cook. How did you get from that point to these amazing dishes that we have in front of us?
well, even when I first become vegan, I didn't even know the word vegan. I was on to a friend and I said, I don't eat meat or fish. And they said, so you're a vegan? I'm like, what's that? Like vegan when you don't eat anything like that. I'm like, oh, okay. So over the years, I started implement a little bit of the Jamaican style. So I used to eat a lot of rice and cabbage and like some beans, and but that was never enough, I mean. But I did that for a couple years and it wasn't enough. And then I came across like this guy online called Dr. Sabi, and he was talking about alkaline eating, and then I met Maria, which my girl, and then we started working together, and and putting different, and she have some ideas, I have some. We start become more creative, and now we have like so many different dishes to prepare. So many. I have so many. I forgot to cook some of them sometimes.
So tell me just like more about what's in front of me. I mean, obviously, I'm already eating it. It's amazing. It tastes good. I don't even really know what all it is, but
That's a kale salad right there, and
okay.
to me, eating raw is extremely important. For example, if you ever have a dog or a cat, you'll see them go outside and they'll eat some grass at a certain time. They know when to eat the grass because the grass is fiber for them, and that cleans them out. So a dog knows when to eat the grass. A cat knows when to eat a little bit of grass. They don't do it every day.
Hmm.
So human being know we put the greens in. Our body needs that green, and it's a part of the what your body needs to keep going as well. So you have to consume the green one way or another, even if you drink the juice or you eat the salad. Or but when you eat raw and no fires added to it, you're getting all the nutrients. Of course, fire kill
Hmm.
destroys. So
Right.
when you cook, some of the nutrients go. But when you eat it raw, you get it. That's a live bowl of salad right there. It is live. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
So when you get that live, you're getting all the live nutrients from it. And
So
I think,
what all is in this? This is kale,
yeah, so I have kale in
some
there,
cucumber.
cucumber, green apple. I got tomatoes. I got a little bit of raisin. I got a little bit of agave, some lime juice. I use avocado oil, and a little bit of herbs and spices. You know what I mean, to get it right.
Well, I would be honest with you that to me tastes like something that I would get at a high end restaurant.
Uh,
Very good.
Whenever I show this to people, everybody always love the kale salad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and I have some more exotic dishes that I want you guys to try as well.
Hmm.
Because some of these dishes, me and my girl, we make them together. So she have a little bit of style just as much as I have a little bit of style different.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we combine them together. Yeah, but yeah, and then this right here is the chickpeas. This is cooked down with coconut milk, and see I put a little bit of potato in there just to be a little bit more, hold you a little bit firmer,
Hmm.
give it a little bit. And all the different herbs and spice. And this is really spicy. And this is just some basic quinoa. And I have some plant there in the side. And I choose the quinoa because this is one of the healthiest grain that you can eat today on the planet. There's not another grain that is healthier than this.
So I'm not. I mean, obviously, I've heard of quinoa. I've eaten
Mhm.
it, but like, so how do you cook quinoa? It
You cook
seems
it just like
like
rice.
rice. Okay.
Hmm.
All right.
1 cup of quinoa, 2 cups of water.
Okay.
And you just let the water boil up. Then you put the quinoa in, turn it down to low, cover it up. That's it.
Okay.
15, 20 minutes is done.
All right. So what are you hoping to, what kind of message are you hoping to get across to people? Obviously, I think there's a stigma about vegan,
Hmm.
like even me, like I love meat, right?
Hmm.
So anyone that probably has that, that background and that mentality of like, oh, why would I want to eat and not eat meat? Like, but so what message would you hope to get across to anyone, maybe even like me? Obviously, I'm sitting here and I'm eating and I love it.
And you know what? At end, my message is not to tell people not to eat meat.
Sure.
That's not what I do. I don't come here to tell you what
Okay.
to eat. But what I can tell you that if you had a little bit of plant based to your diet to keep it balanced,
Hmm.
it's better. So you can eat your meat, say, 2, 3 times a week. Yeah, but you don't have to eat it every day. You know what I mean? Say you eat meat Monday, probably you don't eat it Tuesday, probably eat it Wednesday again, or Thursday, or Friday, or whatever. But, just balance is where you want to be. So you eat a little bit of veggie, a little bit of plant based, you eat a little bit of meat. We grew up in Jamaica seeing people eat meat all their life and they
Hmm.
never sick or, they never had any issues.
Right.
So I'm not going to say just eat meat is the problem. No, it's what in the meat today
Sure.
that is the problem.
Right.
So the more you cut back on the meat, you cut back on what you're consuming that's in the meat. And
So more of a balance.
yeah,
Okay.
balance, you know what I mean? So, and then again, when, I was telling you, I went to church the other day, and when I see the people, like, I go there, to learn, to help to them, to help me grow in whichever way it can. But
Sure.
also when I go there, my heart was more hurt to see the people, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, God want all these people to be happy.
Right.
God want them to be healthy, not overweight,
Yeah.
like the pastor talks about fasting, and I heard you talk about fasting as well. And fasting is good, you know, but you think the cows and the all the animals, you think they go fasting like they say, "Oh, we gotta fast today." You
No,
think they do that?
probably not. No, no.
Exactly, but they they know they eat when they're supposed to eat and not
Right.
eat, but they don't worry about fasting
Yeah.
because they're eating the same stuff and the food that they supposed to eat.
Right.
No, with human being, no, human being manipulate human being food, and there's so much going on, man, behind the food. So,
Yeah.
what I'd say, the healthiest choice you can make, I would just suggest making the healthiest choice, man, because if you want to live a happy life, you have to live healthy.